Oh, welcome back to On the Shelf Gaming, the only show on the internet where the Geneva Convention's ban on torture does not apply. Eric, what's your favorite method of torture?
Hashtag ball hanging.
Hashtag ball hanging. Big fan, big fan.
Hell yeah. Man, remember 10 years ago when we became friends almost to the day?
I know, yeah, but I say, it was a few days ago now.
Tomorrow.
Oh, wait, tomorrow?
Tomorrow's
our 10-year friend-iversary.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's fucking nuts.
It is.
Let's dedicate this episode to us. And spend the entire time talking about things that people don't know about us.
Yeah.
And what's some of your favorite memories of our 10 years, bro?
Okay, so guaranteed easy number one. It was when I'm pretty sure it was like when we very first started hanging out. When we watched the Hamtaro and got Breaking My Ticker, and we laughed for literally
like 2
hours.
It's like 2 hours bare minimum. We were watching Hamtaro, and the English dub of Hamtaro has a lot of the fucking same people who did InuYasha.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that affected this at this time.
No.
But it did make it funnier later when we realized, because Howdy, in the dub, the sort of redneck, like, southern hamster, is voiced by Naraku.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Boss sings this stupid-ass song, and Howdy starts crying, and in his dumbass southern accent, he's like, "Oh, stop it, Boss! You're breaking my ticker!" And we started laughing at that for like 2 fucking hours, and it is the cheapest way to make us laugh now.
No, it is so fucking funny.
It guarantees to get us every fucking time.
That is an absolute fucking classic.
It's absolutely a gem. God, my favorite, and I would kill for us to have been recording, and when I first, because when Eric and I first met, I lived in Washington State, and he lived in Texas, and so the first time we'd ever met in person was like 3 or 4 years after we started hanging out, and I came to visit, and we were just playing video games. We weren't recording anything, unfortunately, because we've been recording like all day. Because that was when we were doing the first iteration of On the Shelf Gaming, and we were playing Punch Club. And in Punch Club, it's like a time simulator, like resource management type thing, where you need to balance your time versus your hunger versus your energy versus your happiness to become like the ultimate fucking fighter. Well, Eric and I got into such a bad spot where we had just enough time, money, and energy and hunger to go work on the jackhammer for hours, make $60, go to the convenience store to buy 2 steaks, eat our 2 steaks, and then go to bed just so we could get up. And we were stuck in that loop. We'd used up all of our other resources in that, so we weren't training anymore, so we were depressed as shit, and we were just living half a fucking life. Well, the place where we bought our steaks from was from a convenience store with a guy named Apu behind the counter. And earlier in the game, we had saved Apu from being robbed. We came in and we kicked the shit out of the guy who was robbing Apu, and every time we walked in from then on, he said, "Hey, there's my hero. You kicking the ass today? Strongest fighter there is. Oh, you're my inspiration, kid." And every time Eric and I walked in there and he gave us that spiel, we were just like, "Hey, Apu." And we laughed about "Hey, Apu" for probably a comparable time to Breaking My Ticker.
Oh, yeah. Well, and especially because it was so fucking funny because it's just a cycle. It's just like, and I was like, "Sacred, we gotta do something else." And it's like, we can't do anything else.
We have just enough fucking time in the day, energy, and hunger to do this, to go work that jackhammer so we get $60 so we can go and fucking buy some steaks so we don't starve to death so we can do it all again tomorrow.
God, yeah, it was great. That guy never did get out of that loop.
You know, that save never got completed. Jaken?
That's not who I expected to see.
Who's
He
this
just killed
fucking
us.
loser? God. Oh, that's another thing. When we were going to do InuYasha Abridged, we had such plans for Shishomaru and Jaken.
Yeah.
The gay lovers we were going to make them out to be.
Yeah.
And how fucking Shishomaru was the sad bottom. Man. It's a good thing that never happened.
Nah, I'm sure it'd have been great.
Man, remember when I shit in the woods?
I do remember that. Good times.
We've had so many memories and adventures together. Yeah. We were gonna go on a brocation to celebrate 10 years, but just didn't really work out. Money.
Yeah, Sacred's poor, so he can't do stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, fucking hindsight being what it is, I got a huge bonus at the end of last month, so right now I have like $7 grand in the account. So we could have gone and done something, but it's a bit too late now.
Yeah, you think the day before is too late to plan for the brocation?
When we were already struggling to plan anything out a month in advance. That was God. Next time, bro. 20 years.
We'll see. We'll see if 20 years gets here.
That's fair. God, I hate you so much.
Ditto, bro.
It is great, and obviously this is just a thing with friends, and I think anybody who has friends, well, maybe, I don't know. But like, I don't
think anybody who has friends knows the burning hatred you feel for all your friends all the time, right?
Yeah,
right,
well,
guys?
Well, that's the thing, is I love you like a fucking brother, but god damn it, I don't think anyone on this planet has made me angrier than you have. Like, not even just like the rare occasions where it's just, yo, he's not acting like itself. It's just like, no, whenever you act like yourself, which is all the time, I fucking hate you. And like, I don't think that's normal. Because, you know, obviously people talk about like, oh yeah, me and my friends, we're fucking dicks to each other. We argue all the time. We fucking hate each other. And then sane people are like, oh yeah, so you're not very good friends.
Right. Yeah, no, that logic's out to me.
Right. Yeah, it makes perfect fucking sense. Because I've always been like that. I've always been playfully mean to my friends, and my friends playfully mean to me. And when we start to hate each other, it's just like, oh, well, that's life. That's just how friendships happen. Never once do we consider, maybe it's because we're openly hostile to each other 24/7.
No, that couldn't possibly be it, man. I refuse to believe.
Man. Jaken looks surprisingly cute.
He does. He looks way better than he looks in the show.
Yeah, in the show, I think cute's the last thing you can call Jaken.
Right.
Unless you're Rin, because she was weird.
Rin was weird.
I think she was playing into that trope of little girls who like gross stuff, which I don't think is a real thing.
I'm sure there's some out there.
I'm not to say that like little girls or just girls in general have to only like cutesy shit, because that's definitely not true. But I've never, like in anime, you see that all the time with a little girl who's like, oh, fucking sweet, roadkill, that's my favorite. I've never met anybody who just I met that one guy back in high school, but we don't talk about that guy. But like, I've never met like a little girl who's just like, oh, fuck yeah, spiders, love them, put them all over my face.
I'm sure that little girl's out there.
Yeah, and I don't think I want to meet her.
Same. If you're that girl and you're out there, don't leave a comment about it.
Yeah. I'm happy knowing that I don't know anyone who's like that.
Yeah, same.
Because like, I met a guy in I think this was junior high, who he had a pet spider. And not only did he have a pet spider, like that was like his defining characteristic. Every time he would introduce himself, he's like, hey, my name is whatever my name is, and I have a pet spider. And it's just like, no one ever hung out with him after that first impression. And I think it's because everyone was like, just, I don't know. Do you want to hang out with someone who you just know has a pet spider?
That could murder you at any time?
Yeah, best say, because
at his command?
Yeah, at any given moment, you might be like, hey, Jim, what's going on? You know, like 9 days out of 10, he's fine. But on that random 10th day, you're like, hey, Jim, what's going on? And he just whips around and there's a fucking tarantula in his hand.
I don't know what you're doing around here.
Yeah, no, that's just... I don't know, that's one of those things. Because you know, I like pets. I like other people's pets better because then you don't have to take care of them. You just play with them and then you go home.
Right.
But like pets overall, they're a positive on the world.
And if I don't go,
but then you got weird
what
pets.
is everybody else gonna do?
You got pets that are like barely pets at all. And it's like,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we'd be okay without this.
Yeah. Well, then there's like there's that third level, because you know there's obviously like cats, dogs, hamsters, guinea pigs, whatever. But then you have bugs. You have like spiders and like fucking like deadly snakes. I think if you have a python, that's fine. But if you have like a fucking like viper that will kill your ass dead, that's a problem.
Hey,
woo!
New party member!
Yeah.
How strong he is.
God, we're the strongest.
777 HP.
God, I was kidding when I said we're the strongest we've ever been now, but
just turns out you were right.
God.
Oh yeah, his stats are off the fucking charts.
Yeah, that tracks. But anyway, like, so there's that list. But then there's also pets that, like, you see on, like, influencer Instagrams, where it's just like, I don't think you should have that. Not even, like, as a safety thing. Just like, I don't think that's... When we all agreed what pets were, I don't think that one came up. I don't think that one made it to the table. It's like when someone has a pet lemur, and it's like, okay, how the fuck can you even have a lemur? How do you go about getting a lemur?
Internet.
I guess that's fair.
You can get anything on the internet if you look hard enough.
That isn't the enemy.
That's fair. Do you know... What is, like, the most exotic animal that you'd consider getting? Assuming that, like, resources aren't a problem, and, like, if you get a fucking sloth, it's not just gonna trash your house doing sloth things. Like, you have a special sloth room that you can fucking keep it in. Because I would definitely get a bear. That's how I would die. If I was given the choice of how I would die, it's at the hands of my pet bear best friend.
So I was gonna say, there's no world where you have a pet bear and live its whole life.
Well, I don't. It's weird because like there's so many people raise bears in captivity from from when they're born, and they live perfectly happy lives. But then there's so many more people who get mauled somewhere in that process.
Right.
And it's like, well, what do the other people who it all works out do differently? Nothing. It's up to the bear.
Really?
Like, when you have a bear for a pet, or like any sort of like vicious predator, like if you have a fucking lion as a pet or whatever, there's nothing you can do. You've signed away your like power in that relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You're the bear's pet.
What are you?
It's like, oh no, my human's gone bad. Guess we gotta put him down.
Right. It hits me. It's just like, God, I understand that. I'm like, oh yeah, no. Bears kill my ass dead. There's no world where I'm able to just be best friends with a bear and I don't fucking die. But at the same time, you see those videos of the people who do raise bears, and the bears are just fucking playing with them and just fucking on top of them, just licking them and just fucking like play wrestling. And then it's just like, God, I want that. I want to die that way. Man, Shomer's such a homie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I noticed that Shomer was like...
Respect the dead, Jaken.
Well, yeah, he's like, obviously he doesn't say it, but like, he's basically like, come on, the kid's grieving. Calm down, Jaken. Which, I mean, he does that stuff sometimes in the series too, but I really would have figured that this would have been like an early enough Shishomaru that he would not be that way.
Right.
Okay.
You'd think all these demons would just fucking not attack us with Shishomaru.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Like, it's one thing when they attack us with InuYasha, because, like, we travel with a bunch of humans, and he's only a half demon, and so every demon just thinks they're better than him.
Oh, yeah. They see him slaughter 1,000 fucking demons, and they're like, yeah, but I can take it.
Those guys were just pathetic, you know? It was a fucking half-breed. What's wrong with them? But then every demon looks at Shishomaru, and they're just like, oh, I've already been cut in half.
Right. No, absolutely. No, stop attacking me! Attack Shishomaru!
They're not idiots, Eric!
The first one was!
Yeah, look how far that got him.
Oh, he can bring people back up! Great damage on all enemies. Well, I'm definitely probably going to use that next, just to see it. Jaken!
Damage all enemies by calling... I gotta see that one.
Yeah, but say we gotta... You can't not call in Jaken to attack all the enemies.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's got a fucking super staff.
All too easy.
Which, thank God.
And that gave all of his shit back.
Oh yeah, it did.
What do you think you're doing?
That is a good question, Shishomaru. How much damage do you do? It's just like a normal attack.
Get out of my... All too easy.
A lot.
A lot of damage, like a special attack for anybody else.
God, Shishomaru will never be allowed to leave the party, right?
Oh, absolutely.
He's just gonna stay forever?
Yes. Honestly, I feel like we should leave the party.
He's level 30?
Jesus Christ!
Honestly, though, the fact that we're level 22, we're way weaker
I know.
than Shishomaru.
There should be a bigger gap. Unless 30 is like the cap.
I mean, that would make sense. Like, I think we're getting to the right-ish area.
Right.
To be, like, approaching the level cap, because I don't think there's that much game left.
Probably. Yeah, there's only like a couple spots we haven't been to.
How interesting. Anyway, I'm going to use my super attack on them when it's my turn, so you just do whatever you want.
Try not to die, new guy.
Okay.
I guess I'll throw a ball at him.
I did it.
Wow, that sucks, new guy.
Man, no wonder you're not on my team.
Makes sense you're on InuYasha's team, though.
He needs all the weaklings he can get to help him, since he's also a weakling. Yeah, but don't you have, like, a little girl and Jaken on your team? They're not on my team. They're my
Jesus
slaves.
Christ! You almost fucking 800 bones apiece!
I know. That's why Shishomaru's the best character in the show! Because he's overpowered!
And he gets his arm back for stupid reasons!
God, he does.
Spoilers for InuYasha, he loses and then regains his arm for a dumb reason.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that until the other day. Cause you asked me, in my expert anime knowledge that I apparently have,
How interesting.
if there are any anime characters that like lose a limb and then it just stays gone, you know, without getting like some kind of cool prosthetic or whatever, or like they just get a new, better arm. They just stay an amputee, and I genuinely couldn't think of any except maybe Shishomaru, and then you're like, oh no, he gets his arm back, and I'm like, well, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Overflowing mighty river.
Man, you know what people never talk about Shishomaru? The fact that he has a moon on his forehead.
Is that supposed to mean something, or?
I mean, it probably does. But, like, I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's just there.
Let's see if Google has anything
And
to
no
say
one ever
about
talks about it.
Let's see.
Time for you to
Why does Shishomaru have
God.
a moon on his forehead? It was the
That
first
did
thing that popped up.
999 damage. Well, yeah, of course, your phone heard us talking about it. It already knew what you wanted.
So can anyone tell me the relationship with the dog demons to the moon? They have a crescent moon on their forehead. InuYasha loses his demon form during the new moon. Whenever their powers are intensified during the full moon, do they draw power from the moon? I haven't read the manga, so I'm not sure if it's explained there. Rumiko Takahashi has commented on Shishomaru's fluffy thing, since a lot of people ask what it is, and she just drew it and liked it, so kept it. I'm assuming she did the same thing with the moon. She just liked it. She's read all the mangas and never comes up. Other people saying, yeah, it's not explained. Yeah, a lot of people saying it's not explained.
I mean, I suppose you can't argue with. They just didn't give it an explanation.
Let's see.
I think we're making progress, bro. Now that Shishomaru's here, I feel like we can do literally anything, honestly. Maybe we should draw a moon on our forehead.
And that'll make us just, like, ambiguously stronger.
Yeah.
You know,
when we're level 30, we'll also have 250 attack power.
Whenever we beat people in a fight, we'll just say it's because of the moon. It's like when fucking Zoro was fighting Kaku, the giraffe guy. And he put his headband on. And Kaku was like, is that bandana supposed to make you stronger? And Zoro was like, let's find out. Like, which was the perfect answer to that.
You're safe too. More and more corpses were gathering. We were getting.
I like how they all made it here, no problem.
Yeah, meanwhile, we had to get escorted by Shishomaru.
Yeah, didn't even try to come and help us. I know we said we'd meet here, but when the entire group is together...
Why after you and not me?
Maybe it's because there were 3 of us.
3 of you?
Also, like, InuYasha has to know Shishomaru's here, right?
Well, yeah, he would have known before he even walked into the building, probably.
Apparently not.
I don't think I could have got here by myself.
I met my new best bro, Shishomaru. Shishomaru, meet InuYasha. Oh, we've met.
Do you all know
They just fucking start attacking each other. We get into fucking combat and we have to decide which side we want to fight on.
I mean, clearly the level 30 guy, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They really don't get along.
That's an understatement.
So, InuYasha, this human boy is your friend.
I mean, let's roll it back there, Shishomaru.
We're partners.
Oh, so now you're
Where are
gay.
you going?
Is that a
No.
problem, Shishomaru? Oh, okay.
Yes, Shomaru.
I saw the shaft scripts. I know what you are.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, there's no time. Because it's already time for next time on the Shelf Gaming.
Maybe Shishomaru will come back.
God, I hope so.
Me too.